Some aircraft were built to fly faster. Some were built to fly farther. But the monsters in this video weren't built for any of that. These machines were created for one insane purpose: to defy physics with pure, overwhelming weight. They're so heavy they reshape runways, strain budgets, and force engineers to rewrite the rules of aviation. One of them was destroyed in a war. Another nearly pushed its creators beyond their limits. And one became a global legend without carrying a single passenger. Today, we uncover the story behind the 4 heaviest aircraft ever built and the unbelievable missions behind them. Part 1. Antonov AN-225 Mriya. We start with a machine that simply shouldn't exist. During the Cold War, the Soviet Union needed to move the Buran space shuttle across thousands of kilometers. There was just one problem: nothing on Earth was big enough to carry it. So Antonov engineers said, "Fine, we'll build something that is." They stretched the AN-124's body, reinforced the entire structure, added a twin tail, and installed 6 turbofan engines the size of small buildings. In 1988, the impossible happened. The AN-225, Mriya, meaning the dream, took flight. Then, it did something no aircraft had ever done. It carried a space shuttle on its back across international air shows, leaving the world speechless. It set world records for takeoff weight, payload, and sheer presence. But in 2022, during the Russian invasion of Ukraine, the Mriya was destroyed on the ground. A global icon lost in war. Yet, the story isn't over. Ukraine has already announced plans to rebuild it, and if they succeed, the Mriya will reclaim its title as the heaviest aircraft on Earth. Part 2. Airbus A380. If the AN-225 was born from military rivalry, the A380 came from commercial ambition. In the 1990s, Boeing's 747 ruled long-haul travel. Airbus wanted to challenge it with something massive, a full double-deck jet that could carry up to 800 passengers. But building it was chaos. The wings came from the UK, the fuselage from Germany, the tail from Spain. Every piece had to be moved across Europe like parts of a giant puzzle. Airports couldn't fit it. Runways had to be upgraded. Even the wiring caused huge delays, costing billions. But in 2005, the world finally saw the result. Quiet, smooth, towering. A flying hotel that made every other jet look small. Even though production ended in 2021, airlines like Emirates still fly it proudly because passengers love it. To this day, the A380 remains the largest commercial airliner ever built, a true giant of the skies. Part 3. Boeing 747-8. Airbus built a new Titan. Boeing upgraded a legend. The queen of the skies, the original 747, had dominated aviation for decades. But newer, fuel-efficient twin-engine jets were taking over. Cargo companies weren't ready to say goodbye. They needed something only the 747 could offer: a front-nose loading door for oversized freight. So Boeing made a bold move. Let's modernize the queen. The result was the 747-8, weighing up to 447 tons. It featured powerful GNEX engines, extended wings, and the longest fuselage of any 747 ever built. Passenger airlines didn't fully embrace it. It arrived too late in a world focused on efficiency. But the 747-8F freighter became a global workhorse, hauling high-value cargo across continents. This aircraft kept the 747 legacy alive, not through passengers, but through raw capability. Part 4. Antonov AN-124 Ruslan. Before the AN-225, before the A380, there was the AN-124 Ruslan, the aircraft that began the age of heavyweight aviation. In the 1970s, the Soviet military demanded a transport plane bigger than anything in the West. It needed to carry tanks, missiles, and disaster relief cargo to remote areas with almost no infrastructure. Antonov delivered a monster. Kneeling landing gear so vehicles could drive straight inside. Dual cargo doors, one of the largest pressurized cargo holds ever built. When it entered service in 1986, it didn't just break records, it outperformed every Western heavy-lift aircraft at the time. Decades later, the AN-124 is still one of the busiest cargo aircraft in the world. It's the backbone of global heavy logistics. Each of these giants tells a story of ambition, political rivalry, and engineering brilliance. The AN-225 Mriya pushed the boundaries of size and capability. The A380 redefined long-haul comfort for millions. The Boeing 747-8 preserved a legacy while pioneering the future of cargo. And the AN-124 set the foundation for heavy-lift aviation as we know it. Together, they remind us that the sky is not a limit. It is a challenge, and it is one humanity continues to rise to. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed exploring the giants of the sky, be sure to like, subscribe, and share your favorite aircraft in the comments below.